Hello. I'm here to check in with my week 3 update on my quitting sugar journey and let me know how things have been going the past 7 days since my last check-in. First thing, my weight update. As of this morning, was 141.8, which is pounds, which is down another 1.5 pounds since my last check-in. So it's been 1.5 pounds the first week, 1.5 pounds the second week. So I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, not that I'm trying to lose weight, but if I'm giving something up, I want something to show for it, or some reward back, I guess, with giving the sugar up. Which actually, to be truthful, has not been as much of a challenge as I expected it to be. Weird, but I haven't been having a whole lot of sugar cravings. I totally expected to. Like, it's been a little over 2 weeks now since I made the decision. I set my first start date and whatever. And in that time, I haven't really felt any significant cravings, with the one exception of the dopamine seeking when I'm feeling stressed, or when I'm feeling mentally overwhelmed, or when the kids are going crazy and I just need that's about the only time. But it's not a sugar craving, it's a dopamine craving, and I'm recognizing that. So it's been interesting to me that despite how much sugar I was eating before, I'm not actually missing the sugar so much. I do kind of walk past, the bakery aisle or something like that, the candy aisle. Maybe not the candy aisle so much, but some of my usual go-tos, and go, oh, I do kind of miss having, raspberry turnovers. They were a nice treat, but I don't want to get into the habit of eating them anymore, so I haven't been buying them. And outside of those, I haven't really missed it. I've been doing pretty well with substituting in lots of other healthy options, some of them slightly sweetish. I just discovered plain yogurt with frozen fruit, frozen raspberries specifically, which has been great. That I put the frozen raspberries in the bowl with some, I'm using the skyr, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. Skyr, yogurt, which is very thick and rich, and I really like the texture of it, and bananas, and I mix them up, fresh bananas, frozen raspberries, and I mix it all up, and I let it sit for while the raspberries thaw, and then once they've thawed and they let out all their juices, oh, it's just delicious. Yeah, it's been great. That's been a great treat. That has really done a lot for when I'm feeling I want, something desserty. And the other one that I've discovered is an apple crumble recipe, just stovetop. You make it like, you don't have to go through all the baking, everything, and it's really easy, and there's minimal flour and only the natural sugars from the apples, or if you want to add a little bit from like a syrup, maple syrup or something like that, you can control how much sugar you're putting in. So I have been putting in a little bit of maple syrup, but only just a tiny dab, and I'll wean myself off of that. But it's been great. I'll maybe put the recipe down in the video notes down below if you're interested. But that's been a great little treat, very filling, lots of fiber in that. So between those two, I haven't felt like I've been wanting for anything sugary or desserty. Like those have been doing pretty well for me. So all that's going great. I haven't had any significant symptoms yet. I mean, I guess they could still be coming, but we're 3 weeks in now. Are we 3 weeks in now? 2 weeks in, 2.5 weeks in. And from a lot of my research before I started this, it seemed like most of the big symptoms would happen in the first week, maybe first 2 weeks. But the only day that I've really had anything was one day earlier this week, the day after actually I did the last video, and I had some pretty significant indigestion, which was uncomfortable, and a headache for most of that day. Hard to say whether that was sugar related, or I am at a time of my life where I'm experiencing some perimenopause symptoms. Could have been related to hormones or that sort of thing. So I don't actually know. May have had nothing at all to do with it. But I did start eating yogurt every day after that, to try and replenish or try and fix gut bacteria, because I did read that a lot of indigestion and bloating can result from quitting sugar, as your intestines, your digestive system, the gut gut flora of your digestive system readjusts to a new diet with less sugar available, that a lot of the bacteria that are in your digestive system have, they're either species that need a lot of sugar for their survival, or they have adjusted themselves to live on that level of sugar, and if they're not getting that as much anymore, then their waste products, being gas and whatever, get out of whack and whatever. So yogurt helps to, or anything with probiotics, I guess, helps to realign your gut biome again after quitting sugar. Anyway, that's what I read. So I started eating yogurt, and I haven't had any more issues with indigestion or bloating or anything. As I say, don't know cause and effect, but it's all been good. So yeah, so far so good. I have weaned myself mostly off I'm down to about a third of my previous amount of sugar taken in coffee and tea, which I'm feeling pretty good about because I've never really liked the bitter flavor. And that's pretty much the only sugar left, except for the stuff in savory foods, which I'm not totally trying to eliminate because I want to deal with my sweet tooth and those problems, and it's fairly minimal anyway. So next steps from here, I'm going to try to continue reducing the coffee sugar. I might have to swap in cream. I currently drink it with milk because I find cream too rich. But if I'm getting rid of sugar altogether, then the richness of the cream might help me adjust a little bit. I just carry on doing what I'm doing, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. And I guess I've got one more week to go. No, did I say that this was week 3 check-in? This is week 2 check-in. Last week was week 1, this is week 2. Next week will be week 3. Boy, I'm confused. So I'll keep on going as I'm going, and then I might skip next week's check-in, I guess, if things are still going the way they are right now, and I'll check in at week 4, which will be just after Christmas, I guess, with my final situation, final stats on weight loss, and photo update and that sort of thing, to see where we're at. We've got Christmas coming up, and there'll be lots of goodies for that. Wish me luck. I'll allow myself a little bit here and there. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, if you've got any tips, or if you're on your own weight loss journey and want to share some of your own experience, I'd be interested to hear some of your recipe suggestions or tips on substitutions or that sort of thing. You can leave them down below in the comments. And in the meantime, hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.